We were in a town called Kilgores, just soul winning, spreading the gospel. And a young man named Wright saw us, and he got excited. He came over and introduced himself to us. And he said, "I'm a Bible teacher too." And we said, "Well, that's great." We chatted for a few minutes, and then he looked us right in the eye and he said, "But there's one thing I'm lacking. So there's one thing I'm missing. I don't understand." He says, "I don't know how to be born again." We said, "Well, Wright Jobson, we believe that maybe God sent us your way today to show you the way of salvation, how to be born again." So he said, "Come on in," and he invited us into his home. After 45 minutes, he bowed his head and he called on Christ. Well, during this process, we were talking with him. He was so excited about the message he was hearing. He got out his phone and he texted his friends. No water and no electricity, but yet they have a cell phone. And two of his friends came over. Their names were Eric and Geoffrey. And they came over to his house, and we talked to them for about 30 minutes, and then they got saved too. And the next day, Wright Jobson calls us, and he says, "I'm the principal of a school here in town in Kilgores." He says, "My students need to hear this message of salvation. Will you come preach to them?" And so we did, and we went and preached a gospel message, and over 40 people got saved that afternoon. A few days later, he called us back, and he said, "Hey, my village needs to hear this message of salvation." He says, "Why don't you use my school to start a church?" And so we got a hold of another mature pastor that was at a driving distance to where he was, and kind of put him under the umbrella. And there was the beginning of a brand new church. And just very exciting what God is doing. We had a great trip, and God blessed mightily.